Om. 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 गणानां त्वा गणपतिगुं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमं ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पत आनशृण्वन्नोतिभिः सीदसादनम् प्रणो देवी सरस्वती वाजेभिर्वाजिनीवती धीनामवित्र्यवतु गणेशाय नमः सरस्वत्यै नमः श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ हृदाकाशे सदा भान्तम् शान्तमानन्दरूपिणं ज्ञानभानुमहं वन्दे सद्गुरुं सत्यसायिनम् ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्वेषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः ॐ भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैस्तुष्टुवागुंसस्तनूभिः व्यशेम देवहितं यदायुः स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः साकञ्जानागुं साकञ्जानागुं ॐ साकञ्जानागुं सप्तथमाहुरेकजन्म षडुद्यमा रशयो देवजा इति तेषामिष्टानि विहितानि धामशः स्थात्रे रेजन्ते विकृतानि रूपशः को नु मर्या अमिथितः सखा सखायमब्रवीत् जहाको अस्मदीशते यस्तेत्याज सखिविदगुं सखायं न तस्य वाच्यपि भागो अस्ति यदि गुं शृणोत्यलकगुं शृणोति न हि प्रवेदसुकृतस्य न हि प्रवेदसुकृतस्य पन्थामिति ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः offering our collective love in the divine lotus feet of Bhagavan Sri Satya Sai Baba. We are entering into the mantra 9 of Aruna Prashna in Anuvakam 3. This particular last mantra that we studied, mantra 8, introduces the aspect of light dispersion as it is related to one ray collectively becoming the 7 rays, and that the 6 seasons are the divine visions, and they have been intended and placed with distinct and different appearances for the existence and sustenance of the worlds. And then an example or a metaphor of two friends is stated in that there are two friends. One of the friends, even though unharmed, abandons the other friend, stating that he is harming him. And we have spent significant amount of time discussing that very important teaching in the middle of Aruna Prashna, that the logical, rational, so-called intellectuals who are incapable of understanding, because Veda mantras are beyond the comprehension of the mind and the intellect, will listen to statements about, particularly about how these, the nature, Mother Nature and its principles, or the phenomena associated with Mother Nature and their intrinsic properties cannot be explained by logic and rationale, and they should be considered and revered as the grace of the divine. And when such statements occur in the Vedic declarations, our ignorance and ego interferes with understanding the truth and stay the course. Therefore, we should implicitly have the faith and the trust that the other friend who is 100% truth, also named as Satya, does and says anything and everything only that benefits us. And with such trust in the truth, we hold on to the study until our intellect is elevated to that state, which then begins to comprehend and understand the natural phenomena. So the last mantra very clearly says that such people who abandon a true friend, as in Bhagavan or as in Vedas, they are synonyms. Veda and Bhagavan are synonyms. They are not different words. Veda is what Bhagavan has spoken. Whatever Bhagavan speaks is Veda. If it is not in Veda, if he has spoken, which is not practical, because there is nothing that is in the Veda that is not already spoken. Remember this. Everything has been spoken. The descent of avatars and everything has been spoken in the Vedas. It's impractical and impossible for anyone to actually completely study all the four Vedas. And therefore, when you are not connecting to the spiritual principle behind certain mantras, you should stay the course and pursue the path. Nanyah panthayanaya vidyate. Know that there is no other path than this. So therefore, the one who abandons is not eligible to take part even in listening to the Vedas. Even if they listen to the Vedas, they will listen to only what is untrue, and they will not listen to the truth. This is a phenomenal teaching. Nahi praveda sukrutasya panthamiti. Therefore, these doubtful ones, nahi praveda, will never understand or be aware of pantham, the ways or methods of sukrutasya, those beneficial rituals or actions. That is where it's a very nice ending to the teaching. And then we start with the second line of the 9th mantra. Okay. Ready, la?
Ready, sir.
Repeat. Ritiri rutunan udyamanaha.
Ritur ऋतुना नुद्यमानः.
So rituna, you have to say rituna.
ऋतुना
Nudyamana.
नुद्यमानः.
Vinanadabhidhavaha.
विननादाभिधावः.
Shashtischa trikumshakavalgaha.
षष्टिश्च त्रिगुंशकावल्गाः.
Shukla krishnau cha shashtikau.
शुक्लकृष्णौ च षाष्टिकौ.
That is 4 lines we should study, learn, and then we'll go to the next one. ऋतुर्ऋतूनानुद्यमानः
ॐ ऋतुर्ऋतुना नुद्यमानः. ऋतुर्ऋतुना नुद्यमानः.
विननादाभिधावः
विननादाभिधावः. विननादाभिधावः.
षष्टिश्च त्रिगुंशकावल्गाः
षष्टिश्च त्रिगुंशकावल्गाः.
षष्टिश्च त्रिगुं I think they are introduced one more letter, I'm not sure. षष्टिश्च त्रिगुंशकावल्गाः. The swaritam is on the sha. षष्टिश्च त्रिगुंशकावल्गाः.
षष्टिश्च त्रिगुंशकावल्गाः. षष्टिश्च त्रिगुंशकावल्गाः.
शुक्लकृष्णौ च षष्टिकौ.
शुक्लकृष्णौ च षाष्टिकौ. शुक्लकृष्णौ च षाष्टिकौ.
ऋतुरुतुनानुद्यमानः विननादाभिधावः. षष्टिश्च त्रिगुंशकावल्गाः. शुक्लकृष्णौ च षष्टिकौ.
ऋतुर्ऋतुना नुद्यमानः. विननादाभिधावः. षष्टिश्च त्रिगुंशकावल्गाः. शुक्लकृष्णौ च षाष्टिकौ.
Very good. Rutuhu, Rutuna, Ra. This is the vowel, not the consonant. Rutuhu, Rutuna. Therefore, when a sandhi happens between the visarga and the vowel Ru, the consonant Ra is introduced. Sita, what was the mantra where we experienced this? Sita Papu is there? Or maybe she's not. Okay. Another mantra where we experienced this, Sahasanchaskara Diya. So there is a sandhi like that. No, don't go back now. They'll get epilepsy. Let's stay with this. Rutuhu, Rutuna, Visarga followed by the Ru, which is the vowel, introduces the consonant R, that is the sandhi rule. So Rutuhu, Rutuna, Nudyamanaha. Rutuna, by one season, Rutuhu, another season, Nudyamanaha, gets stimulated or emerges. From one season, another season emerges. Abhidhavaha vinanada. Abhidhavaha, running towards the other. Vinanada, experienced by the sounds of the Mother Nature. So now we are getting into the mantras associated with various ritus. Imperfectly translated into English as seasons. Not complete translation. Ritu is not only season. So the Ritu fundamentally means rules of nature, laws of nature. Ritam Vachmi means I follow, speak the rules of the nature. Satyam Vachmi, I follow the. So Ritu is relative truth. Satya is absolute truth. That is the way to understand. So therefore, Ritu or the seasons are relatively what you experience as relative truths. These seasons, one after another, they follow each other and experienced by the sounds in the Mother Nature. What sounds you hear in the Mother Nature, we'll come to that later. But you have to hold on to that. Hold on, what is the sound of the nature? You will get the answer in another mantra or the other when you completely study the Arunam. But you have to say, very simply put, when one Rutu is following the other, they follow each other and you can experience them by the sounds of the nature. Practically also, you will, in the Mother Nature itself, you will experience it. Spring season is associated with certain sounds and beautiful aspects of the Mother Nature. Likewise, different beings get activated during different seasons. Some come out of hibernation, and during some certain seasons, others go into hibernation. So there will be some elimination of sounds, introduction of sounds. Mother Nature, you can experience the Mother Nature by the sounds of the Mother Nature. What a beautiful thing. So this is observational. So what is this Ritu? How do you define a Ritu? Each Ritu is defined as Shashtihi cha Trimshakaha Valgaha. Shashtischa Trikumshaka means 360. 360. Trimshaka is is 300. Shashti means 60. So 360 are grouped. Valga, Lakara, Rakara, Abdeda. So it is Valga is also Varga. They are grouped. They are grouped. 360 are grouped. Grouped as what? Shukla Krishna cha Shashtikau. Sashtikau means 60. 60. Shashtika is 60. Shashtikau. Shukla Krishna. 60 days, 60 nights. So 360 are grouped into, with each group containing 60 days or 60 nights. So how many have formed? Mathematics. How many you got?
We have 6 times 60.
360 divided by 60. That is the math there.
Yeah.
How many are there?
6.
So therefore 6 seasons follow each other, experienced by the sounds in the Mother Nature. And out of this 360, 360 divided into groups of 6. This is one way of interpreting the mantra. Another way of interpreting the mantra is Trimshaka, means 30 muhurtams. Each muhurtam is 48 minutes. So 30 muhurtams is 30 times 48. Don't worry about writing the notes and all. I'm posting the transcripts. So if you go back and pay attention and read the Sanskrits. Right now, when you're listening, 100% listen. Then you ruminate it. After, when you practice, you not only practice the mantra, but practice with the transcript notes that are available to you. Then it will be permanently, and permanently, hopefully, if you have something to write on permanently, it will be there. You don't have anything to write on, it will go into this year to this year. Nothing will be retained. If there is anything in between, it will be retained. If nothing is there in between, it will go through 1 year. That's called what we call as pravachanas. Pravachanas is some kind of an obsession. You keep hearing something, but it is never, nothing is retained. But if there is something in between the 2 years, then it will get diverted, either into the hands or into the heart. Into the hands means only ritual doing. Into the heart means you have the wisdom is stimulated. Hridakashe sadam. In the Hridakasha, in the space of heart, it will be retained. How it will be retained? Only, no, not just through Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasa. These are the 3 principles of sadhana. Not only listening, but also Mananam, contemplating, Nididhyasa, complete awareness. So therefore, this mantra what we are talking about, what I was telling is Trimshakaha, 30 muhurtams, each muhurtam is 48 minutes. 30 times 48 is 1,440, and that is what is called 1 ahoratram. This is a Vedic times. In Vedic times, there is a shortest interval that is described to the longest interval of time. That's called Ahoratre Parshve. Ahoratram. That Ahoratram is 1 day. So 60 Ahoratras or 60 Ahoratras is 60 days, and 60 days is a group of Valga, Varga. You know, like Varga means group. Here in Veda mantras, sometimes you will see abhedas, lakara, rakara, lakara, abheda. Ra can be introduced as la can be introduced as ra. How is it, sir? Will the meaning not change? No, it won't change, because they're introducing that sometimes to match with other aspects of the sound vibration. Very difficult to explain all of those things, because the speaker himself is not a pandit or a scholar. Speaker is just one of you, nothing great. So what happens is, I haven't personally studied any of this, I don't know. So some of it is my own ignorance. So therefore, how such are introduced, we don't know. But there is a Shastra associated with the Vedic grammar itself. It's called Niruktam. Nehi Uktam, that which is not spoken out. So it's a Niruktam, like Suktam, Niruktam. So some principles, so here it is, Valga is Varga. Varga means group. Group of what? 60 Ahoratras, or 60 days or 60 nights. And that is the understanding of what a season is. A season as in time is defined. Yes. Then the next one is, we come to the very first of the 6. The very first of the 6 is the Vasanta Rutu. Here what is called in English, spring season. That is the first Rutu. And right now we are in Vasanta Rutu. And the Vasanta Rutu is comprised of 60 days and 60 nights. Of this 60, the first 30 is called Chaitra Masam, the month of Chaitra. The second 30 is called the Vaishakha Masam. Today is the 7th day of Vaishakha Masam. Saptami, Pushyami, Nakshatra. Then today is Saturday, Sthiravasare, Vishwavasunama Samvatsare, Uttarayane, Vasantarutau, Vaishakhamase, Shuklapakshe, Saptamyam, Sthiravasare, Pushyami Nakshatrayukta. See now why this is important. We say this in Sankalpam because every day morning when you start the day and you take the bath and you do your puja, if you do this is called Desha Kala Kalana Sankirtanam. You pay respect to the time to begin with doing the Sankalpam. And in the context of that, you define the space, you define the year, the Samvatsaram, the Ayanam, which is the first half or second half, Masam, the month, what particular, what Paksham, fortnight it is, and which day it is, what Tithi it is, what Nakshatram it is, and who is doing this Sankirtanam. Identity of the person doing the Sankirtanam. For what reason? For having Vishwashanti. Now you see, what a beautiful phenomenon it is just to say the Sankalpam and then you are grounded. You are grounded in the presence. So why did I get to this? First Ritu is Vasanta. Okay, let's now look at the mantra. Saragavastrair Jaradakshaha.
Saragavastrair
Vasanto Vasubhissaha.
Vasanto Vasubhissaha
Samvatsarasya Savituhu.
Samvatsarasya Savituhu
Praishakrit Prathamasmritaha.
Praishakrit Prathamasmritaha
Very good. Praishakrit Prathamasmritaha.
Praishakrit Prathamasmritaha
Saragavastrair Saragav. Saragavastrair. Stray also has the swara in it. Let's see here. Saragavastrair. That's the way. Saragavastrair Jaradakshaha.
Om Saragavastrair Jaradakshaha
Okay. So your voice is not coming through clearly. Is your volume up, output volume up? Make sure your output volume.
Hold on.
Saragavastrair Jaradakshaha.
Is it okay now? Om Saragavastrair Jaradakshaha Saragavastrair Jaradakshaha
Asanto Vasubhisaha.
Vasanto Vasubhissaha Vasanto Vasubhissaha
Samvatsarasya Savituhu.
Samvatsarasya Savituhu Samvatsarasya Savituhu
Aishakrit Prathamasmritaha.
Praishakrit Praishakrit Prathamasmritaha
Smritaha.
Smritaha
Smritaha.
Smritaha
The Swaritam should be always be clearly distinguished. Okay, one more time. Praishakrit prathamasmrtaka.
Praishakrit prathamasmritaha. Praishakrit prathamasmritaha.
Let's study those 4 lines. So we are going four lines at one time because that fills a complete sentence. Saragavastrai. Now you see, it's very beautiful in this mantras that what you see is now how they describe these seasons. They describe the season as if, not as if, in the context of relatability with a name, with a form, with a function. Why you have to relate something with a name, form, and a function? And when you think about the form aspect of it, it is clothed. It has clothes. It has a vesture. The vesture defines the form. And what is the color of that vesture? Now you see the 7 rays, the combinations, permutation, combinations, all those. This is what is called as an epistemology. It's a teaching with such clarity. That's the reason why Vedadhyayana is such a powerful tool to actually study something that, you really become truly a scientist. And for me, being trained in science, this is incredible bliss that, my God, we haven't even studied science like this. What we studied science and everything, but just put it on the tip of your nose, vomit in an examination. You never understood why you did this. No context of any of that stuff. Why? Because we were not taught with asking questions and going deeper into the inquiry about that. In fact, most of the modern science is taught like blind faith. They've completely destroyed the education system. What education system? They have destroyed the departments of education. And then they have introduced things that are completely irrelevant to stimulate the intellect. Nothing about study of the self or the science of the nature. Saragavastrair Jaradakshaha. Saraga. Sa-araga means with red colored vesture. Vastra is Vastra means what you wear. Wearing a red colored cloth. So the color of Vasanta Ritu is the Aruna. Aruna is the red color. Araga. Vasubhisaha. Accompanied by the Vasudevatas. Vasudeva. Ashtavasu. Right? There are Ashtavasus. Who the Ashtavasus are? If you came and participated in the Laksha Lingarchana, you would have paid attention to those things. Ashtavasus are worshipped. These are the Vasu, Rudra, Aditya. The Ashtavasus, the 8 Vasus. Who they are, I'm not going to go into the deeper aspects of it. Some of it is your own homework. You can go then study who are the Ashtavasus, what is the nature of these Ashtavasus, why are they called Vasus to begin with, why is the Mother Earth called Vasumati? I'm asking you questions that I ask myself. Then it go into the deeper aspects of that. Then it stimulates, Vasu. Also, if you don't know what Vasu, if you are a person who is not a Hindu and you have no idea who these Vasus are, very simply put, 8 things are given, 8 aspects of nourishment, 8 aspects of addressing what is lacking in the Mother Nature, all 8 different aspects, each aspect representing a divinity, if you want to call it. Those 8 aspects represents the Ashtavasus. And when you don't have them, it is called Ashtadaridra. Very clear. Same. If you have it, it is Vasu. If you don't have it, it is Daridra. From these Ashta Vasus also representing the Ashta Lakshmis. Lakshmi means that which fulfills something. Lakshmi also means that which shows the target. Lakshmi. Each of those words, the meanings are understood in context. So therefore, accompanied by these Ashtavasus, wearing the red clothes, Samvatsarasya Savituhu, Savit means life-sustaining nature. So in order to sustain that which is the aspect of life-sustaining aspect of Samvatsara. So Samvatsara is not the year. So if Samvatsara is a divine consciousness, and the divine consciousness has one aspect called life sustenance. And to sustain this life, 8 things are required. And accompanied by those 8 things, wearing the red colored vesture, Samvatsarasya Savituhu, Praishakrit Prathama Smrutaha. What is this Vasanta season? The Praishakrit, obeying the commands. Praishakrit means obeying the commands. Commands of what? Samvatsara. Then who is coming? Vasanta is coming. Remember this as the first season of the Samvatsara. Praishakrit Prathama Smrutaha. Obeying the commands of the divine. This Vasanta Ritu is to be remembered or to be known, Smruta, as the Prathamaha, first season of Samvatsara. I omitted one word, no? Jaradaksha. I omitted Jaradaksha. So what is Jaradaksha? Jara is actually Rakara, Lakara, Abheda. It is Jaladaksha. See, maybe some of these things we should put like the like at the end of the lines, Sairama. So like you can put now, make a note of it. And by the way, the team that's working on the scripts, as we are studying it and when some questions come, we are updating the PDFs in all languages. So yesterday, there was a new version that was uploaded to the Google Drive. And so don't take the old version and now use it for practice. You have to keep referring to the updated version so that you are up to date. And sir, why did you not do this? Because as we are studying it, some new insights will come. And so some aspects of corrections will come. And that's why it's a study. It's a classroom. We're not teaching some Veda mantras just like, people want to teach mantras. You have to have certain eligibility to listen to a mantra or to even learn a mantra. And said, therefore, so we can put in it's not a part of Veda, but it is actually Jakara, Rakara, Lakara, Abheda. That is the rule associated with it. So here, Jaladakshaha means plentiful, clean waters in spring. Now you see how they are looking at the Mother Nature and describing this first season of the Mother Nature, so that when spring comes, you automatically notice this. What do you notice in the spring? First of all, life is coming out, and that is what is called Savituhu. And when life is coming out, that's why it's called, life has sprung. That's why it's called the spring in English. Something has sprung forth. That's also Easter, associated with Easter, which is a resurrection. It's resurrected. What is resurrected? Life is resurrected. Now that is the connection to Christianity. So now you see mantra, so everything you observe. Oh, Easter, why does Easter come only in spring, in April? Why not any other month? Oh, because Savituhu, Samvatsarasya Savituhu, Raishakrit, obeying the commands of the Mother Nature, wearing red colored vesture, with plentiful clean waters, and spring has come accompanied by the Vasus, Vasubhihi Saha. Vasus means nourishment. 8 different types of nourishment. Nourishment not just for the body, but also for the mind. And those are the Lakshmis. So now, completely clear? Huh? Clear waters. Okay, let's now learn the. Oh, did we chant this mantra already? Okay. Saragavastraircharaдаkshaga vasanto vasubhe saha संवत्सरस्य सवितुः प्रैषकृत् प्रथमस्मृतः.
सारागवस्त्रैर्जरदक्षः वसन्तो वसुभिः सह संवत्सरस्य सवितुः प्रैषकृत् प्रथमस्मृतः.
Good. Now we said Vinanada Vidhavaha. There are certain sounds you will listen in the mother nature. Then it is coming to what are those sounds that you hear in the mother nature. So, Amunadayate Tyanyan. Please repeat. Amunadayate Tyanyan.
Amunadayate tyanyan.
Amuguscha Parirakshataha.
Amuguscha parirakshataha.
Etavachah Prayujjante.
Etavachah prayujyante.
Yatraitadupadrishyate.
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 So those are the 4 lines. Let's now learn the mantra. Amunadayate tyanyan. Amunadayate tyanyan.
Amunadayate tyanyan. Amunadayate tyanyan.
A little bit flat on your scale. Amunadayate tyanyan.
Amunadayate tyanyan.
Amuguscha parirakshataha.
Amuguscha parirakshataha.
Excellent, very good. Now you're catching your own udattas and anudattas. Yeah, that is listening to the. Om Amuguscha parirakshataha.
Amuguscha parirakshataha. Amuguscha parirakshataha.
So, cha, isn't it? Did you see the triangle there? So you have to hold that a little more. Amuguscha parirakshataha.
Amuguscha parirakshataha. Amuguscha parirakshataha.
Okay, now little flat there, but okay, you are there. Eta vacha prayujyante.
Eta vacha prayujyante. एतावाचः प्रयुज्यन्ते
यत्रैतदुपदृश्यते
यत्रैतदुपदृश्यते यत्रैतदुपदृश्यते.
Chandrasekhara, that Shya should be more holding, yeah, because there is a vowel as an R, and the Shya is the compounded Samyuktaksharam. Yeah, so I think it should be longer holding, right? Am I correct?
No, Anna. It's should be short holding only. Because R is a
Because
half
it's a
vowel.
sharp, because it's a sharp vowel.
Yes.
Okay. Yatraitadupadasyate.
यत्रैतदुपदृश्यते यत्रैतदुपदृश्यते.
Okay, now 4 lines together. Amunadayate tyanyan amuguscha parirakshataha etavacha prayuchyante yatraitadupadrishyate.
अमुनादयतेत्यन्यान् अमुगुश्च परिरक्षतः एतावाचः प्रयुज्यन्ते यत्रैतदुपदृश्यते.
So these are the sounds you will hear in the mother nature. Sounds means amun adayate iti anyan. Amun means those that are closely related to you. Adayata, invite them. Iti anyan, also all the others. This is a sentence you will, oh, invite everybody. Invite all of your friends, relatives, and everybody. Invite them. Invite them for what? Okay. Invite them. Invite. What is the invitation? We'll come into that. Amumscha, amuncha, amuncha parirakshataha. Amuncha. Also, all these others that are in the town, parirakshataha. Take care of them. Invite everyone and also take care of them. Etavachaha, all these statements such as these, prayujjante, when you hear them, or when made, etat, that season, upadrishyate, know that, or that spring season has come. See how observational it is. What is that talking about in spirit? What they're talking about is, look, invite everybody, invite all of them, invite everybody you know, take care of them. And when you hear such sentences, know that spring season has come. Etat upadrishyate. Yatra etat upadrishyate. So Chaitra Masa, Vaishakha Masa, these 2 months of spring season are very, very auspicious months, and therefore lot of yajnas are conducted, lot of marriages are conducted, lot of different functions, auspicious muhurtams exist during the spring season. Actually, it is a very auspicious, Chaitra Masa is a very auspicious month. And there is also Sri Ramanavami celebrations, Vasanta Navaratri. So there are so many things are happening, in these 2 months. And therefore, what will you do when there is a function, when there is something that's happening? You invite everybody, no? You invite everybody, not only you invite everybody, it is our your dharma to take care of parirakshataha. Amuncha parirakshataha. Parirakshataha means you have to take care of the people who exist only for serving and for like that is the parirakshata. It's your duty and responsibility to take care of all the Brahmins and everybody that are conducting this yajna, this yaga selflessly. Agnistoma is also a very incredible yajna that is usually conducted during Chaitra Masa, during the mantra of Chaitra, the first month, April. So therefore, hence, invite everyone, take care of them. When such statements are heard, then know that spring season is in action. Yatra tadupadrishyate. Okay, next 4 lines. Etadeva vijaniyat.
Etadeva vijaniyat.
Pramanam kalaparyaye.
Pramanam kalaparyaye.
Visheshanantu vakshyamaha.
Visheshanantu vakshyamaha.
Ritunan tannibodhata.
Ritunan tannibodhata.
Ritunan tannibodhata.
Ritunan tannibodhata.
Tan, okay, Rutunam, Tam, Nibodhata. Those are the 3 words underneath it. So therefore, when you do the Sandhi, it will become Rutunan Tan Nibodhata.
Ritunan tannibodhata.
Okay. Tannibodhata. Ni is the double N is there, no? Tannibodhata.
Tannibodhata.
Okay. Etadeva vijanigat. Okay, let's learn. Etadeva vijaniyat.
Etadeva vijaniyat. Etadeva vijaniyat.
Pramanam kalaparyaye.
Pramanam kalaparyaye. Pramanam kalaparyaye.
Visheshanantu vakshamaha.
Visheshanantu vakshyamaha. Visheshanantu vakshyamaha.
Rituna antannibodhata.
Rituna antannibodhata. Rituna antannibodhata.
You have to really appreciate. He did not learn this mantra before. He's chanting as we go by. Requires tremendous amount of concentration. You are not familiar with the letters or the words or the swara, nothing. Then you are only focused on what is exactly there. That much concentration should be there. It's not easy. It's very hard to do what he is making it appear very simple. Especially he has no background of any Sanskrit, nothing like that. It's even more American. You have to empty yourself to be an instrument, then music will flow through. Etadeva vijaniyat pramanam kalaparyaye visheshanantu vakshamaha rituna antannibodhata.
Etadeva vijaniyat. Pramanam kalaparyaye. Visheshanantu vakshyamaha. Ratuna antannibodhata.
Etat eva Vijaniyat. Etat eva. Like this. Like this what? Like this. Measurements in time. Kala paryaye. Pramanam as units. Pramana means unit. So like this, measurements of time as units is to be known. Vijaniya. So now the teaching is saying, we gave you an example. We gave you an example of a season. Like this, other seasons as measurements in time with different characteristics, Visheshanantu, Rutunam of these seasons, Vakshamaha, or elaborated or commented upon. Tam nibodhata. That nibodhata. Nibodhata means is encrypted and is to be unraveled and known. That is the 4 lines. Since now all of this will flow easily because these are simple sentences. How they're teaching, what is the methodology of teaching. Now, how are we going to teach? We're going to teach you each season like this as a measurement in time with specific characteristics of each Rutu are unraveled and elaborated. Pay attention and learn like this. Etadeva vijaniyat. Pramanam kalaparyaye. Now, if you reverse ma and na, it is a different meaning. Pranama, pramana. People that don't know the difference use it like, sir, I'm doing pramanam to you. No, da, you are not doing pramanam to you. You're doing pranamam to me. So, pranama, pramana. Pranama means prostration. Pramana means measurement. Pramanam. Kalaparyaye of time. So, when you look at the example of Vasanta Ritu, now this is where the student has to pay attention to. Oh, what did they say about the previous Ritu, and what are all the different characteristics and aspects that they mentioned? What are the details associated with the Vasanta Ritu? So the first thing they said is the color of the Ritu, which is the red color. Then the second thing they said is which deities or divinity is associated with that particular Ritu. What is the deity associated or the divinity associated with that particular Vasanta Ritu? They are Vasu. 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 Vasu is that's why it's called Vasanta. Now you see. Vasu, Vasanta. So therefore, Vasu is the divinity associated, accompanying the Vasus or accompanied by the Vasus. Then there is a specific observations in the Mother Nature. What is the specific observation in the Mother Nature? The specific observation is clear waters, Jaladakshaha. Then the fourth aspect is what are the sounds that you hear? Vinanada vidhavaha. What are the sounds that you are hearing in the Ritu? That is about the ambience of how people are celebrating different festivals and different ceremonies and inviting everybody to participate and taking care of them. So now you see, Smriti Pratyakshamaityam Anumanas Chatushtayam. How they are using different aspects of observations in order to construct, hey, this is what is going to be repeated, pramanam, kalaparye, different measurements are given for all of those, visheshanantu, with different characteristics. You have to understand all the rutus, rutunan tannibodhata, paying attention to the specific characteristics that are used to describe a rutu, pay attention to those as we go to the next rutu, as we go to the next rutu, 5 are left. So the next next four lines will take. Shuklavasa Rudraganaha
Shuklavasa Rudraganaha
Grishmena Vartate Saha
Grishmena Vartate Saha
Grishmena Vartate Saha.
Grishmena Vartate Saha.
Don't say Grishmena Vartate Saha. Listen how I am saying. Grishmena Vartate Saha.
Grishmena Vartate Saha.
Nijahan Prithvi Gum Sarvam.
Nijahan
Nija, Nijahan Prithvi Gum Sarvam.
Nijahan Prithivigum Sarvam
Jyotisha Pratikhyena Saha.
Jyotisha Pratikhyena Saha.
Clear? Okay. Next, let's learn the mantra. Shuklavasa Rudraganaha. Shuklavasa Rudraganaha.
Shuklavasa Rudraganaha Shuklavasa Rudraganaha
Mena Vartate Saha.
Grishmena Vartate Saha Grishmena Vartate Saha
Ijahan Ijahan Ija Ija Ijahan Prithvi Gum Sarvam. Ijahan Prithvi Gum Sarvam.
Nijahan Prithivigum Sarvam Nijahan Prithivigum Sarvam
Jyotisha Apradikhyena Saha.
Jyotisha Aprathikhe Jyotisha Aprathikyena Saha Jyotish
Pradikhyena Saha.
Prathikyena Saha Jyotisha Aprathikyena Saha.
Okay, four lines. Shuklavasa Rudraganaha Grishmena Vartate Saha. Nijahan Prithvi Gum Sarvam. Jyotisha Apratikhyena Saha.
Shuklavasa Rudraganaha Grishmena Vartate Saha Nijahan Prithivigum Sarvam Jyotisha Aprathikyena Saha.
So the next four lines is introducing the next Ritu, the next season. Shuklavasa Rudraganaha Shuklavasa Rudraganaha Grishmena Avartate Saha. That's why it is Grishmena Avartate Saha. Grishmena Avartate Saha. Nijahan Prithivim Sarvam. Jyotisha Apratikhyena saha. Very simple, only 4 lines for the summer season. Shuklavasa. Rudraganaha. Rudragana. The Rudras, the Ganas of the Rudras. Rudra is not one single entity. Rudras are multiple entities. So these Rudra Ganas. Ganas means those that are coming together. Ganas are the ones, Gana means that which follows certain rules and guidelines. They have certain principles to follow. That is Gana. So these Rudra Ganas, Shuklavasa, white clothes, with white clothes. So Grishmena, Avartate Saha. Grishmena. Grishmena means the month, the Grishmena Saha, with the summer or the Grishma, Avartate are associated or filling the summer or the Grishma Ritu. And then when they are doing that, the actual word in this is Nidahat. Nidahat. There is a Pathan, this is a Pathantara created as Nijahan. Mostly people are chanting Nijahan. But if you listen to my recording, I have chanted Nidahan. Nidahan. The more appropriate word there is Nidahan. Nidahat, Nidaha means that which burns everything. Nidaham Sarvan. Everything on the earth is burnt away. Nidahan Prithivigam Sarvam. So the word Nijahan is not what it is. Nijahan again is used to say, Nijahan means that which gets hold of everything on earth. That is the meaning. So that meaning is not appropriate. But we will follow what most of the people are chanting, because I will get multiple questions. Somebody, it is written there as Nijahan, why are you saying Nidahan and all that stuff? But remember, that's why we put it as a Pata Bheda. Nidahan Prithivigam Sarvam Jyotisha Apratikhyena Saha. So this Saha means this summer, which is associated with Rudragana. Why does it burn everything out? Because it is associated with extreme light. Extreme light is there during this summer Ritu, the Grishma Ritu. So those are the 4 lines associated with Grishma Ritu. With Bhagavan's grace, we covered 2 seasons today. And that is Vasanta and Grishma. And then tomorrow we'll go into the next Ritu. What is the next Ritu? What's the next season after summer?
Varsha.
Yeah, rain season. So people are, let's see, what's the time? Okay, 8 minutes over. So good. So I'll chant this last 4 lines and then we'll continue tomorrow. Shuklavasa Rudraganaha Grishmena Vartate Saha Nidahan Prithivigum Sarvam Jyotisha Apratikhyena Saha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Yes, please chant Yadaksha Padabhrashtama.
Anna, you told me?
Yeah.
Okay. Om Yadaksharapadabhrashtam matrahinantu yadbhavet tatsarvam kshamyatan devanarayana namostute visarga bindu matrani padapadaksharaणि च न्यूनानि चातिरिक्तानि क्षमस्व साईश्वर अपराधसहस्राणि क्रियन्ते हर्निशं मया दासोऽयमिति मां मत्वा क्षमस्व साईश्वर अन्यथा शरणं नास्ति त्वमेव शरणं मम तस्मात् कारुण्यभावेन रक्ष रक्ष साईश्वर हरिः ॐ तत्सत् श्री साईश्वरार्पणमस्तु स्वस्तिः प्रजाभ्यः
Swasti we will do after the questions at the end. Okay. Are there any questions?
So Anna, for Grishma Rutu, is the deity is Rudra or Rudra Ganas?
Rudra is not one thing, I just told you, no? Rudra is not one entity. They are Rudra Ganas. Because when you chant Rudram, what do you say at the last mantra? 11.11? Huh?
No, I don't
What do you say?
remember.
11.11 mantra, who knows? In Namakam. Chandrasekhar is holding his head. Okay. How many Rudram chanters chanting forever? 11.11 mantra is Namo Rudre Bhyoye Prithivjanye E. Rudram is chanting you means that. When you say 11.11, 11.11 should flow through. 1.6, 1.6 should flow. Then only Rudram is chanting you. Otherwise, you are figuring out what you are chanting. So 11.11 is Namo Rudrebhyo. Rudrebhyaha is plural number. It's not singular number. But when you, one that has become many, that is what you have to understand. So Rudragana are associated with multiple Rudras that are taking care of that. Vasu, Ashtavasu, Rudragana. And how these Rudraganas are there multiplied, what is the multiplication factor of the Rudraganas also is done. If you actually calculate that. What is the multiplication factor of Rudraganas? Okay, anyway, we'll not get into all of that, but Rudragana is many Rudras. Grishmena avattate saha. Nidahan pradhivigam sarva. I have to train myself with Nijahan, but Nidahan is correct. What is written in the Bhashya is Nidahan. That's also more appropriate. Dahat means that which burns. Nidahat implicitly burns. Everything is burnt. On what? Earth. Prithivigam sarvam. And this Jyotisha pratikhyena saha. How does the burning happen? Immense light is coming on in summertime onto the earth. With that immense light, which is also associated with the heat, it burns everything on the Prithvi. That is the last 4 lines that we studied. Yes. In Purusha Suktam, when seasons are being Trisapta, okay, chant that mantra, I will explain it to you.
Om Vasanto Asyasidajam Grishma Idma Sharadhavihi Saptasyasan Paridhayaha Trisapta Samidhah Kritaha.
Trisapta, not Trisapta. There is no visarga there. Trisapta Samidhah Krita. Okay. Trisapta Samidhah Krita. Okay, there Vasanto Asya Ajam Grishma Yidmaha Sharat Havihi. Those are the 3 seasons that are described in Purusha Suktam. Vasantaha Asya seed Ajam. Using Vasanta Rutu as the Ajam, Grishma Rutu. Vasanto Asya seed Ajam, Grishma Yidmaha. Yidma. Yidma means the wood that is used. Grishma Rutu is the Yidma. Sharat is the Havis. That is what is described there. There, Saptasyasan Parithayaha, Paritha means the border. The border of the Homakunda are the Sapta. What are the Sapta? 7 are made as the border of the Homakunda. Trisapta Samithakuta. Trisapta, 27. Three Sapta, 27 are used as the Samitha. That is how the yajna was done before any material existed for the doing the yajna. You have to go back, listen to the Purusha Suktam classes. So the Sapta there is not referred to the Ritus. The Sapta are referred to as the 6 senses plus the mind, 7. Those became the border of the Vedi, the Homakunda. That's what is the Homakunda. The 6 senses and the mind is the Homakunda. Because they didn't have any material. This yajna that is described in Purusha Sukta was before any materialistic world has existed. So therefore, they have to use whatever is inside. This is the Antar Yajna. This is how the actually Antar Yajna is done. This Yajna you can do anytime, anywhere, everywhere, all the time. Where you make your 6 senses plus your mind as the Vedi, the Homakunda. Then the seasons are offered with Vasanta as the ghee, Grishma as the Yidhma, the wood, and then Sharat as the Havis, and then the 7 as the Homakunda, and the 27 are offered as the Yidhma. What are those 27? Is also described in Purusha Suktam class, so I won't get into that. But the clarity is the 7 there are not the seasons. Clear?
Yes, I know. Thank you.
Okay, sorry. Okay, any other questions? Very good. 360 versus 370. The Shashti, okay. Trigum Shashti is not Trim Shashti. Trim Shaka. Shashti Trim Shaka. Trim Shaka is the 300. 60 is the Shashti. 360 is the math there. Okay. Okay, next. Then obviously somebody should have a question. What's the question? Shouldn't there be a question? See, even I have to ask the because I have to ask the question.
Where is the remaining 4.5
minutes? What happened to the remaining 5 days? Yeah. Okay. So anyway, the lunar calendar comes as the 365. But in the context of the solar, this 360. That is the time division that is happening with the lunar calendar is 365. The 5 comes because of the difference in the rotation of the aspect of the moon around the earth. So anyway, too much information, PhDs. Okay. 360 divided by Shukla Krishna Ucha Shashtikau. Shukla Krishna Ucha Shashtikau. 60 days, 60 nights. 360 divided by 60. Valga becomes the Varga. Is Valga. Is the group of, each group of 6, and in each group 60 days, 60 nights. Okay. Right. Sudhakar, too much information in there.
Where does the color red come? Red is mentioned.
Where does the red color come? Yeah. Why is the red color associated with Vasanta Ritu?
Because it's sacred.
Why? No. Why is the mother referred to with Aruna Karuna Tarangita Kshim? Aruna. Why is the mother's eye looks are referred to with red color? Aruna Karuna Tarangita Akshim. Akshim means eyes. Karuna Tarangita Akshim, with waves of compassion that is coming out as red color. Chapman sir. Hello, Sairam. Hey, he's asking question, don't answer.
I guess the rising sun also shows the red color, so that's the first color in the
Okay, very good. Very good. First connection is to the Aruna. Very good. And what happens when the sun rises?
Everything comes alive. You're
Very good. Savituhu, life sustenance. See, now I'm asking questions because the answer is in the question you asked,
Okay.
right? So the Aruna is the rising sun. When the sun rises, the life is stimulated. And when the life is stimulated, so what is the color associated with the life?
Red.
Life springing forward. What is the color?
Red.
Right, red. No, red. It is red only. So now in the color spectrum, that we start, what is the color that is the longest wavelength?
Red.
Red. So from the white color, the first color that is seen is the red color. Yes? Yes, sir. Hello, sir. Sairam, sir.
Muted myself.
Yeah. Is that clear, sir?
Yeah. Thank you.
Clear water, Jaladakshaha. Clear waters. Jaladakshaha. Okay. So now,
So Anna,
then what is the next?
even the red color is associated with Rajoguna. So in Rajoguna, like there is activity, action, isn't it?
Yes. Yes, that is also true. That is another connection to the red color is associated with the stimulation of activity of the mind. That is a Rajoguna. Movement is associated with that. So therefore everything is moving and everything is coming out of its hibernation. That is why it's called the spring. And that is why it is called a resurrection. Easter means coming up. That is what is Easter, the root of Latin word. Easter is coming up. Okay. Now, what is the next question that people will have to ask? Yeah. To start
Why is
with
white
one.
color for sun?
Why is white color for summer?
Summer.
Now answer. Whoever is asked the question, answer the question. Why is white color for summer? What is white color?
Is it because its sun is so intense? That's why it is white.
Other way around. Why is it white? White is the most intense heat. Why is white most intense heat? Why? Why? Then the next question. Why? Because all the colors are in it. So it is what is avartate. It is now complete spectrum of light is in white, right? Yes?
Yeah. Yes, yes.
If you are a physicist and you know physics, then you experiment with the temperature associated with each color. The white spectrum of light will have the most intense heat associated with it. This is science. Nobody tells you this kind of stuff. This is purely scientific. Jyotisha apratikhena saha. Extreme light. Jyotisha means light. That is apratikhena. Indescribable. Extreme. Saha. Associated with it. With extreme light associated with it is the white color full spectrum. Grishmena avartate rudraganasaha. Associated with this rudraganas, this Grishma Ritu has come into existence. So there's nothing else described. See, in the 4 lines, that's it. This season is done. Grishma Ritu has only 4. Because nothing else is happening. 42 degrees, 43, 44 degrees Celsius heat. What activity exists? Everything is burnt out. That's the reason why if you have grown up in a place like Guntur, then what will happen is by the time it is morning 3:30, 4 o'clock, nowadays people don't experience this. When we were childhood, there is only like a small window in the night where there will be some cool breeze. That will only come for a few minutes. After that, what you're doing, my God, you're exhausted. There is no life activity. Everything is burnt. You can't go out of the home after 8 o'clock. until it is night 8 o'clock. It is such a heat that will exist. Jyotisha apratikhyena saha rudraganaha grishmena avartate saha. Yeah, that is the sense of there is nothing else. There is nothing to be observed because everything is burnt in the Prithvi. Okay. Any other questions? Good. At least you are observing some things and asking questions. Yes. Yes.
Like
Just
in-
colloquially, spring is also associated with cleaning. So does that mean that the Savituhu, which is coming forth new, is kind of getting rid of the old and springing forth the new life?
Yes. Why is this? So if you look at the waters during the spring season, every other season has some aspect about water that is so rainy season, muddy water. Only during the spring season, Grishma Ritu, no water. Vasanta Ritu, clean water. Rainy season, muddy waters. Then if you look at all the then once the autumn and the winter come, it is cold water. But it is in winter also there is scarcity of water. That because most of the water is frozen, therefore there is scarcity of water. Most of the water is evaporated in summer, therefore there is scarcity of water. Only spring has clean, plentiful water. So it's called spring cleaning. Huh? Okay. Right. Any other questions? How beautiful this Aruna Prashna is. Now, there is a logic in Aruna. Chanting the mantras becomes very easy when you actually have connected to the logic flow associated with question answer. It should actually flow. Everything, these characteristics, Shuklavasa Rudraganaha Grishmena Vartate Saha Nidahan Prithivigum Sarvam Jyotisha Pratikyena Saha Vasantaru Saraga Vastre Draksha Vasanto Vasubhis Saha. How it flows? Everything will flow. संवत्सरस्य सवितुः प्रैषकृत् प्रथमस्मृतः अमूनादयते त्यन्यान् अमूवृक्ष परिरक्षतः एतावातः प्रयुज्यन्ते. See, that is why it is epistemology. It is a study. It's a beautiful integrated study of observing everything in Mother Nature, and then suddenly also not get carried away only by the observations of the Mother Nature. Suddenly a Brahmana will come. Brahmana means a supreme teaching that will now say, don't lose reference to absolute truth. Don't get carried away by all of this stuff and lose reference to the absolute truth. Therefore, suddenly it will say, Naditya pratyakshena priyatamagam vidyat. Know that all of this stuff is relative. Only it is samvatsara that is permanent and absolute. Everything else, what you are talking as Aditya, Rudra, all these things are only simple transient manifestations of that absolute divinity. Right. Okay.
No, how are the seasons changed? Will it be in the Arnam? It will be explained.
Or the
How the seasons are changed? Like from Vasanta Rutu to Grishma Rutu and the next one. Seasons change, right?
how the seasons change. They are already described. No, the seasonal changes is happening because of what? It's already told. What is the reason why the seasons change?
The heat in the rain.
Oh. How do different seasons come into existence? It's already explained.
Permutation and combination of the different.
Correct. Sthatre rejanti vikrutani rupashaha. By permutation and combinations of what? Different spectrum of light rays and their properties. Different seasons come into existence. It's already said, Shadudyama Rishayo Devaja iti. Teshamishhtani vihitani rupa. Teshamishhtani vihitani dhamashaha. Sthatre rejante vikrutani rupashaha. Chaptered already. Machipayo. Last mantra. That is why you have to stay on top of the mantra. So then you will not have any confusion. He already explained how different seasons are come into existence and how they are placed in the mother nature for the existence and sustenance of the world. Sthatre. Stha means to place. Tra, there. Rejante. Vikrutani rupashaha. Reta means that which is life sustaining. Retaha jante vikrutani rupashaha. Okay, ra? Okay. Is there something like Aruna Prashna in Shukla Yajurveda? Oh, very good question. Somebody must be a Shukla Yajurvedi and they got really left out. Oh, Mukunda, you are left out because you are Shukla Yajurvedi. Yes, many mantras are repetitions in different Vedas. Purusha Suktam is Purukha. It's called Purukha Suktam in Shukla Yajurveda because Shakara becomes Kakara in Shukla Yajurveda. Sahasrasirka Purukaha. That's how they chant. If you heard it in Ujjain. Sahasra Sahasrapat. So Purukha. So when you listen to that, say, oh, they're chanting wrongly, no, they're not chanting wrongly. Certain syllables are pronounced, and in Rigveda also there is these mantras, but they are chanted. They're chanted with different pronunciations, and also the lines may have changed from one to another. The Rudram also in Shukla Yajurveda is 100% replicated because it's a Samhita Patha, whereas some of these Aranyakas and Brahmanas, they're not 100% replicated in other Vedas because this is Taittiriya Aranyaka, which is the specific part of only Krishna Yajurveda. But certain mantras are adapted and chanted also in Shukla Yajurveda. Okay, but Taittiriya Aranyaka belongs to Krishna Yajurveda. Okay, next. Any other questions? Very good. All good, huh? Okay, 32, 2 minutes.
In the attributes of season, when you said for the first season, like you said, like, color, deities, observation, and sounds. And for this Grishma Rutu, the color is white, deities are ganas of Rudra, and the observation is like it burns everything because of the extreme light. And what about the sounds in here? Like, are there anything like sounds?
Sound is silence. Everybody is sleeping at home. You don't hear anything outside or inside during Grishma Rutu.
Okay.
See, that is also a statement it is making. Okay, so when Vasanta Rutu, everybody is happy. They're celebrating. They're doing Upanayanams and marriages and yajnas, yagas. So everybody is very busy. Vehicles are moving. Lot of flowers to be sold and all fruits and everything, right? But in Grishma Rutu, see, that is also an observation. Huh? Is there any activity happening in summer that much? You go to Guntur and Vijayawada, everybody is inside the home only because if you come out, you're burnt. So no etavata prayujjante. There is nothing to be heard outside. Okay? Yes, very good. Silence is the sound in summer.
So also
Yes.
other observation could be that we wear white like the Rudra Ganas in the summer.
Why do you wear white in summer?
So that it does not absorb, like black absorbs the light, and the white
reflects the light. Reflects the light. So Rudraganas are all wearing white color, like this white shirt today. White color. Shuklavasa Rudraganaha. Okay. If you wear black and you go out in summer in Andhra, you will be instantly burnt. There is no question about that. Okay. So Sai Ram. So now your observations are coming out. What kind of clothes I wear. So now this is a very important thing. So how the mother nature outside is how you adapt your life accordingly. So some of these things that we are seeing as what is described in the season is actually a reflection of the state of the people and the beings that are observing those seasons. So then what happens is your life becomes a reflection of what is happening in the Mother Nature. You understand? Are you connecting to the concept? So that will come at one point of the other. Yeah, that's right. For people in Nepal, Grishma is the best season. That's what. If you are in the Himalayas, Grishma is the best season. You only live 2 months. Rest of the time you are sleeping. Okay. All right. Very good. Let's go to Swasti Prajabhya. स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्यः परिपालयन्तां न्याय्येन मार्गेण महीं महिषाः गोब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यम् समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः जय बोलो भगवान श्री सत्य साई बाबा जी की
Jai.
Jai.